Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles. This is my tag team partner, Little Guido.
Gary Rhodes, everybody.
And this is going to be a special edition of Heel Heat, not a separate show, but we did a little poll on our TNA show and you, our fans, our friends have voted and they decided they wanted to see a show about Ring of Honor, so this is our first dedicated to Ring of Honor show. It's going to be a Heel Heat Ring of Honor. And, starting with that, I'm going to go ahead and, since it's a show about honor, I'm going to give you the honor of introducing the first segment on our first Ring of Honor show.
All right. Well, the first match is going to be Unbreakable Michael Elgin versus Roderick Strong, with Truth Martini looming around the ring, we'll say, for now.
Why don't you give him a little bit of the backstory on that, as why he's there?
Well, both men were part of Truth's stable, the House of Truth. And Roderick Strong was like the
head guy.
Yeah, he was the head guy, and Elgin was kind of like his Arn Anderson.
Yeah.
And Roderick Strong was just pushing Elgin around, and Elgin starting to build up and get bigger, and Roderick Strong didn't like that. It's kind of like a little soap opera thing that the young lion's coming up and taking over for the old lion.
Exactly.
I guess what you'd say.
That's right, Simba.
Say it again. This match here was very good, though. I was really impressed by this match.
I liked it a lot. Roderick Strong's one of the staples of Ring of Honor. He's been there about 8 years now. He's a guy that's been counted on to give good match after good match after good match. I mean, the guy is one of the best in-ring talents that they have there, and it shows through in every match that they have. And Michael Elgin, I know, is a guy that you're very high on.
I like Elgin. He's a power guy. It's just I like a guy that can work a match as a power man and also a technician, and he does both. I know you're not too high on him for one reason.
Well, I can't say nothing bad about the guy's in-ring work. He does great work in the ring. The thing I don't like is the mullet. I mean, you got a guy that they're wanting to promote as a serious wrestler and a serious threat when he's rocking Billy Ray Cyrus's haircut.
See, you called it the Kentucky Waterfall.
The Kentucky Waterfall.
No, it's the West Virginia Waterfall.
Whatever.
That's how he says it.
It's all the same. They're all married to each other anyway.
Oh, God. We're losing fans as we speak. Anyways.
Do you think Kentucky and West Virginia watches a lot of Ring of Honor? If they do.
Well, it's probably in their belt. I mean, honestly, because they're up in that area.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they've heard all these jokes before, too.
They got it from their cousin. Anyways.
That's
just like herpes. Anyways, this match was like I said, it was an excellent match. These two really brought the best out of each other. And this was their first meeting. So it's kind of monumental, I think, and it's just going to build on from here.
Well, I really like Roderick Strong is known as the Messiah of the backbreaker. He has 10,000 different ways he hits a backbreaker, and he hit several of them on this match. And another thing I really liked was Michael Elgin did a move that I've never seen in all my years. He did a running Death Valley driver, and it was just intense looking.
Oh, it was. Because I remember he caught your attention when he did it. It was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you see something that you've never seen before, especially as long as me and you have been watching wrestling. I mean, I've been watching going on 30 years plus, and I know you've been watching just about the same amount of time, and you see something you've never seen before, it opens your eyes. Now, sometimes you see something, and you're like, okay.
Well, there's something that during this match that Elgin did that impressed me also, is when he deadlifted pretty much, when he hit that suplex on Roderick Strong from the outside
in.
He's standing on the second rope, and then Strong's
on the apron.
He's just on the apron, and he suplexes him in and holds it.
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
I mean, the guy's a powerhouse. Again, the thing of it is, his look to me, if he just cut his hair short and gave himself a more serious look, it's kind of like when Miz got out of the jean shorts with the bedazzled shit on him and went to wrestling trunks. You took him more seriously. If this guy would cut his hair, he would be taken more seriously.
So if he was in the back eating chicken wings in the locker room, JBL would kick him out?
Probably. Yeah. And speaking of someone that got kicked out, we're going to talk about our next. Well, before we do that, I know you want to talk a little bit about what happened after the match that Roderick won.
Yeah, Roderick ended up winning with the help of Truth Martini.
Well, sort of.
Well,
he threw the book of truth in, and it was in between both of them, and Roderick got to use it.
so Truth comes in and he's cutting this nice promo how Roderick Strong's the face of the House of Truth. He's the only member left and everything like that. And then what does Roderick Strong say?
Screw you.
Not by a long shot. And taps him on the head with the mic and takes off. So he turns around, tells Elgin, hey, I didn't mean what I just said. You're the face of the House of Truth. And what happens then?
Well, Elgin threatens to put him in the buckle bomb. Truth Martini weasels his way out of it. Weasels. Good job. But anyway, he goes on to say a bunch of stuff about how he made Roderick Strong, how he made Michael Elgin, and just runs him down for a little bit and goes, you guys are slapping me in the face. I'm going to show you how a man slaps someone in the face. And he actually slaps Elgin, and then Elgin hits him with the buckle bomb, and he hit him with another move after
the spinning back fist.
The spinning back fist that knocked him out of the ring. And, it was a good little segment. It was predictable. We knew what was coming, but it was still good.
It was a good bump, and it needed to happen.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bump for the sake of being a bump. It was a bump that really works into the storyline.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens from there with the three men.
Yeah. And, it puts it both where Michael Elgin and Roderick Strong look strong coming out of the match.
Now, speaking of Michael that didn't look too strong, Mike Mondo.
Mike Mondo? He came out to give us an injury report on his leg that he injured a few months back on a Ring of Honor show. And, basically was telling us what was going on. Mike Mondo's a guy that I just can't get into his character. No matter what I do, I look at him and I think Mikey from the Spirit Squad. And he hasn't evolved from that in my brain. He hasn't done anything to get him out of that. Or like someone like Dolph Ziggler has totally transformed and became somebody else. Kenny Doane, before he left the business, was someone that got away from being Spirit Squad Kenny and became something different. Mike Mondo, to me, I don't think he's impressed me in anything he's done after the Spirit Squad.
Well, you've been watching Ring of Honor longer than I have.
Yes.
And you still have that feeling. And I've been watching it for a little while now. And I'm in the same boat you are with Mike Mondo. The best part of his interview is when Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly came out and interrupted.
Yeah, and they basically healed it up and
speaking of heel, hit a nice spinning heel kick on him.
Yeah, they were attacking Mondo, running him down, talking about Davey Richards not being able to get Eddie Edwards to agree to the tag match later, which the lead up was that Davey got attacked by these two guys, and he said, well, I'm going to bring Eddie Edwards in. And the lead up is Eddie going to join Davey again and reform the American Wolves, or is he going to tell him no? So Davey's comes out to save Mondo, and he starts getting a little bit of his offense in, and then the numbers game adds up, and Fish and O'Reilly are beating down Richards, which brings out
Damn it.
Eddie Edwards.
I'm sorry, I always forget his name.
Anyway. And you got the American Wolves versus Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. 4 absolutely great workers in the ring. I know we've given Davey Richards shit about his attitude, especially that stuff that happened at a different indie show. But he's a good worker when he gets in there and he does what he does. This was one hell of a tag team match, the best of the 3 matches they've shown, and that's not no short compliment on this, because that first Michael Elgin versus Roderick Strong match was a hell of a match too.
Oh yeah. I was very impressed with this. I like the way that these two teams worked against each other and how they both made each other look like $1 million. Yeah. Your baby face, the Wolves. Oh, I know they don't have their baby faces, but this time I would say they were the baby faces. Get over, and they should. It was the reforming of the tag team.
Yeah. And everybody looked great coming in. The one thing I really like about Ring of Honor, and I know I probably said it a few times before, but they really care about their tag team division. And their tag team division is put to be on par with the world title. It's just as important to be a world tag team champion in Ring of Honor as it is to be the world champion. Sometimes even more important.
Like I said, this match here blew everything out of the water for me for the 3 matches of the night. Now, the third match...
Blew.
Dick. Matt Hardy versus Adam Cole.
And the thing of it is, they had a good build-up to the match. Matt Hardy been running down Adam Cole, giving backhand compliments. But Matt comes in and he's as out of shape as he's ever been. He looks like the stereotypical wrestler that's trying to cash in on his name value, and that's it.
Well, the fans, like we were talking about earlier, buried him.
Yeah, they were yelling "fuck you, Hardy." They had to blur out the fans several times because they were all there was sections, whole sections giving them the finger.
Well, like I told you when we were watching, I was like, it's like watching. I mean, not comparing it to the other show, but it's like watching WWE and everybody in the audience having WWF shirts on, where they're just blurring everything out.
Yeah.
You know.
And Adam Cole is a kid that I think has a lot of potential. I think we put him on our top 10 brightest futures even.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid is someone that could do well when given someone to work with. Matt Hardy came in, looks like he mailed this in. Adam Cole let Matt Hardy hit every one of Matt Hardy's spots. I mean, Matt came in
6 side effects on him.
Yeah, Matt came in slow, lethargic, overweight. And, looked like he could care less whether he was there or not. He got enough money to go buy his drugs after the show.
And that's it. There's all you're talking about is how much money Hardy's got and stuff like that. I don't really care. Adam Cole did his best to make Matt Hardy look good, I think. Yeah. And that's, he did what he was supposed to do.
And I did like, by the end of the match, it did pick up a little bit. And then it ended with Matt Hardy pulled the ref's shirt over his head so he could kick Adam Cole in the nuts and roll him up for the pin. I did like that aspect. Matt Hardy obviously seen that he was a heel to the crowd, and I think that was a veteran move. That might have been something that was changed on the fly. He was played up as being the heel coming into the match, but he even more so healed it up by the end of the match.
Yeah. Like I said, it was, of the three, this was the worst of the match. And it wasn't a terrible match. I've seen worse matches elsewhere.
I've seen worse matches this week.
Exactly. But you have
compared
that
to the other two. If I would have, because this is something that came from the Death Before Dishonor. Final Count,
Final Resolution,
Final Destination, whatever it is. I'm sorry, we're butchering it. We don't know the name right now. Final Battle. That's what it is. Final Battle 2012. All these matches came from this, so you could have ordered them any way you wanted. I honestly would put this as the beginning of the show and put Elgin and Roderick Strong as the main event. To me, as a Ring of Honor fan, that match has more meaning in the context of Ring of Honor than Hardy versus Cole.
Exactly. And I think Cole should have went over unless they're going to keep working this. Working this. If it was a one-time deal, Cole should have went over.
I believe they continue the angle later, but we'll get into that on other shows when they actually show it. One thing that we didn't mention in the beginning is the main thing we're going to talk about is the Ring of Honor television show. Not the live events, not the DVDs, unless we do get DVDs and then we'll review them. But we're going to mostly be talking about the television show and anything that happens noteworthy in Ring of Honor other than the television show.
Sounds like we got a plan.
And basically that's our format going further on. Let us know what you think about this. If you guys like this new show, the Ring of Honor, added to our regular shows, our TNA, our WWE shows. If you like the weekly Ring of Honor updates, let us know what you think. Hit us up on our Facebook, hit us up on our Twitter. If there's something you want us to add to the Ring of Honor show, let us know. Maybe we can, we'll take some suggestions.
Where would they put that at?
They could put that, they can hit us up on Facebook or Twitter. I'm not thinking of where else it could go. Maybe it could go down where?
Down there. Oh, yeah. Boom.
You can put it right down there in the comments, and we'll do our best to let you guys know what we think. And if you guys got any suggestions on what you think we can add to this, or it's our first Ring of Honor show. We want to do the show properly, and we want to get people. This is a show for people that have seen Ring of Honor to talk about, and also for people that may not have seen it to say, hey, these guys here are talking about this. I should go check this out.
That's about it.
And that's pretty much all I got to say. Is there anything you need to add, GR?
That's it, man.
Well, my name is George Coles.
I'm Gary Rhodes.
And this has been Heel Heat.